Welcome to April's Garage. We got a big auction coming up for Barrett-Jackson in Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, April 24th to the 26th. And lucky for us and lucky for you, somebody is back. Oh, yeah, baby. It's Adam Ferrara. You know Adam, right?
Yeah, I guess he can't stay fired, huh?
He can't. As much as he tries, he cannot stay fired. Adam, hi, welcome. I'm so excited you're back.
Thank you. Thank you. Tell everyone, tell the others in the village, we're coming back. So it's going to be fun.
That's right.
I think the first one we did together, this was, I like to call this PH, pre-Hoovie. So the first one we did together, yes, pH balance. So yeah, first one I think was Palm Beach, because I think it was the Palm Beach was the first one. Right. And then the next one we did was, which was of this time. And then the one in the summer, I think, used to be in Vegas, and then the Mohegan Sun, and then the big one in Scottsdale in January.
Right, because we had Reno, but I don't think you were on board yet. And it just switches over to all different networks and bounces around. And Adam and I did kind of the digital broadcast for Barrett-Jackson. But here's the thing that I feel like you might not understand is that Adam and I kind of took some time off, whether we chose to or not.
I said he was fired. He wasn't fired. They switched networks, and the network wanted to bring in their own people when it switched to A&E History. And that's when I came in with some other people. Right. And you guys were all in a text group chat just talking about how big of a dork I was and how big of a mistake they were to drop you all and go with me.
That, exactly.
No, it's not true. I remember, I have it right here. Who is this skinny son of a bitch? Hold on. That was from you.
Yeah, I think it was Jacobs that called me a dork. I'm pretty sure, actually. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I went like this. I went like this. I went, Hoovie? Shit, I'd hire him too, because he's good.
You were good, but like I have this like loyalty thing to me. Like even if Adam was the worst guy to work with, I'd still be like, screw the new guy. Like no matter how good the new guy is. And like, I know that we haven't really told you before, but when you first came on, Barrett-Jackson and Adam and I were off. Adam and I would call each other and just talk mad. We were scorned, I feel like. And we were like, who are these new people?
Scorned,
who is this guy?
Scorned. Actually, you didn't take the brunt of it. I'll happen to say we vented our frustration on others. I don't mind telling you that. Yeah.
Well, the part that I heard about was you being furious when you found out that April was backing up with one of the new co-hosts.
Oh, that was like, I was like, wow. That's above and beyond.
Oh my gosh, what's going on? Am I in trouble?
But then it was the wrong co-host that he assumed, because he never thought it'd be me. He thought it was someone else.
No, I'll be honest with you, I thought it was the lady. I was like, all right, hey, maybe she likes field hockey. I didn't know this about her. So, God bless you. No, she does like Subarus. Yeah. There you go.
You just never know. Okay, wait. So I want to talk about Top Gear, because that's like the biggest show, and it's on air all the time before we come on at Barrett-Jackson. We're live on Barrett-Jackson, but you see all your episodes rerun of Top Gear over. How many years did you shoot that show for?
It was 6. Rut knows all these answers. I think it was 6 years we did it. 70-something episodes. Rut knows all this stuff. Right. But I'll be honest with you. I took the gig. It was I was on another show. I was on a show called Rescue Me, and that was coming to an end. And I wanted to do something. So my manager goes, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, I want to do something with cars." And I did a pilot for the History Channel called The United States of Cars. Basically, I went to different points in history, and I picked 2 different cars that represented 2 different parts of our culture, and I put them together. I had a Volkswagen Bug, and I had a 69 GTO, and we just went through. Not now, I'm talking. And we just went through the dogs.
Sounded the dogs like an evil spirit, like just murdered somebody.
Evil spirit named Lulu. All right, knock it off. Hey, you're embarrassing me. All right. So anyway, History didn't pick up the show, but they liked me, and they said, "Listen, do you know the show Top Gear?" And yeah, of course, I was watching it online. Hold on one second.
I'm getting Top Gear.
Is that any better?
The yippers. Well, so I was looking at the docket, and there's the Buick Roadmaster estate wagon, and that's one of the first episodes I remember because I had a Buick Roadmaster at the time where you guys went to the proving grounds with the Roadmaster wagon. You were in some donk type of like old muscle car, like a Monte Carlo.
I had an Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
I think I had a Cutlass.
Oh, gotcha. And then, I think Tanner was in some mid-engine thing. They filled it up with water. Like the Roadmaster dominated. And so I had the car at the time, so I felt validated. That was my daily driver. And I just felt so validated that I made the right choice because it Rut kicked your guys' butts with that car.
I will tell you this, having a car filled up with water when you open the door, it feels like you're being born again. It's just...
coming out the door. Your poor mother.
Coming down the fallopian. My mother was an Oldsmobile. That was my mother.
So did you like being a Top Gear host more, or like playing a firefighter more, or being like the steamy love interest to Nurse Jackie more, Or
I'll be honest. Okay, quick story. Tanner actually helped me rehearse that scene because I got the sides when we were shooting. What? I said, you got to read this with me. So he's reading the love scene with me, and Rut's just over there laughing.
Are you like blocking it with actions and stuff?
No, I'm not kissing him on the mouth. So, but he's reading it, and look, he can drive. He couldn't even act like a race car driver. It was that bad. So he was reading it. Rut was just laughing.
That's great.
And then he saw the scene, and the first thing he did when he saw the scene, he just went, naked! Like a 12-year-old.
But did you go and kiss? Like, was it a full, like, rehearsal?
He went in, and I said, look, union rules, no tongue. And that's when he left. So... But in answer to your question, time of my life with those two idiots. The stuff we got to do, and we're alive. That's the key to that show, was staying alive. And it was just such a different thing because it's a close, you have to be a family because it ain't an easy show. And there wasn't a lot of, I'll be in my trailer. We had a Suburban. That's where they put us. Right. They put us in a rented Suburban, the three of us. We would eat in there, and we realized Tanner can't have dairy. That's all I'm going to say. So if he has milk in the morning, we're a mess by the afternoon, and we throw him out of there. Get out. Just get out. You're an animal. You got to get out. And don't do that near an open flame.
I feel like every guy's like that, though.
Not like this. Not like this. This was, his ass smelled like an open grave. I'm telling you right now, it was like decomposing flesh. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but we're going to have to find a doctor.
You guys got along really well. Who do you like better, Rudd or Tanner? Like, just tell. No one's going to listen.
What? I love both my children equally. I just turned into my mother. Right? No, yeah, we got along. Because I'll tell you exactly when it was. The first episode, we went to Alaska. We'd done the Tonight Show, and we left the Tonight Show. They put us on a plane that night. Right. They just said, they picked us up, drove us to the airport, put us on a plane, went to Alaska. And Tanner was sick. Tanner had like a high fever. And we were on a glacier, so we had a satellite phone because you couldn't do anything. Oh, cool. And Tanner's daughter, Grace, got bit by a dog. The dog bit her in the face. And so he was sick, and he was worried about his family. And for some reason, I've said this many times, there was no, we didn't say anything, nothing was articulated, but we just closed ranks. We just closed ranks around him and said, let's get through this. And we just bonded as a unit then. Because I told the guys, I said, listen, we're either going to find the show here or we're going to kill each other. But we'll have an answer by the time this show is over. And I remember vividly that's what happened.
Is that similar when you're shooting Car Truck with your guys? Because, it's basically the same.
Well, no, it's not, because we're done in a week. Yeah. So we do the trek or whatever. It's a one-off, and then we're done. Like, they're filming a whole season, so it's not...
Never wanted to murder Freddie.
Oh, sure, but I can't imagine like spending months doing the same thing. I mean, that kind of hours, and just you're outside with cars. Yeah, it's a grind for sure.
Right. Now, when you were doing Top Gear, Adam, how much planning do you get to be involved in it? Like, do you get to pick the events you're doing and the cars you're doing and where you're traveling?
We'll get a production. It's just like Barrett. We got a production meeting, and then we're going to fight over cars. We fought over the Mercure, the XR4 Ti. We all fought over that one. Tanner won that one. It was like ugly cool car. It looked like C-3PO and a washing machine had a baby. Remember the square lights and the two fins on the hatchback. Yeah, and they welded the dip so they could spin it around. So we fought over that. Tanner won that. We fought over a Grand National. I won that one, and then and I blew the head gasket on it. Yeah. it never looked like it fit in a Buick lineup for me because it was like I always thought it was Johnny Cash. It was an outlaw, it was black, and it was full of speed. Just like Johnny. Methamphetamine, I'll sing in prison. So I won that one. And Rut, what did Rut get? I don't think it was the wagon, but Rut got something we fought over too. I forget which one it was. But yeah, we would fight over, and Rut always would answer first. And then Tanner was always last. Sometimes Tanner showed up and goes, "That's what I'm driving?" Yeah, shut up. That's what you're driving.
Well, obviously, the commentary on the cars when Adam's around is going to be a little more colorful.
Right. Well, I was actually just talking to one of your producers from Top Gear, and he's recanting all of these jokes and all these things you would say on Top Gear that they could never use on the actual final edit on History Channel because they're more conservative. But do you feel like you're going to let loose a little bit at Barrett-Jackson? Like, are you going to be the real deal?
Yes, we did.
Cable. I mean,
right.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun when we did it. I was looking I shot a little stuff last time I was down. I'm looking forward to doing stuff with you, Tyler. It's like, I'll tell you the one we couldn't use when the 63 Pontiac ambulance, you remember that piece we shot?
In Top Gear?
So it was a 63 Pontiac ambulance. Okay, so it was a Pontiac ambulance. It wasn't the one that took Kennedy in. It was like a year before that. The one. Right. So when we did the review of it, it has the doors. So it has the back, the tailgate that goes down. So you load in. Then it was the side door, and then the tailgate came down unless you passed out. We got to put the body in. You slide in that way. The side door opened it up like it's a head injury, but I can walk. All right, sit in the back seat. Then there's the passenger seat. Like I'm a little dizzy. All right, sit down. We'll take you this way. So one of the things I said was, after you go through, the motor, the transmission, a year, what's special about it? We did all the injuries that you could that might happen to you that you would need this car. And I said, just take care of yourself. Just take care of yourself and you won't need to ride in this car. And as the camera's pulling back, I'm like, brush after every meal. Work out, exercise, don't eat fried food, and wash your ass. Wash your ass. And that was the line.
Oh, that they couldn't use for some reason. I don't know why.
That was the line. That was what I remember. Rick, our old producer, Rick went like this. Nah, cut it. No, stop. No, you can't. Where's Adam? And I'm on the walkie, and we walk in, and they go, well, you can't say wash your ass.
They'll probably frown.
I may not say it, but everyone better do it. So I remember that one we couldn't use. But for most of it, we've had a lot of fun.
Right. No, you guys.
We had fun. Didn't we do the vacation scene when you were in a Ferrari?
Yes.
The family truckster was there.
The family truckster and the Ferrari, that Christy Brinkley. Mm-hmm. Do you know which one that was?
Was this for Barrett-Jackson? Yeah, it was a 308. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ferrari 308. Yeah.
It wasn't a 308, it was a Mondial. I think it was a Mondial. Oh, really? But
okay.
Yeah, we did a skit.
Walks as good as a hit. That's all we had. It was red. That's all we had.
No, we had a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot more fun.
Yeah, they just let us do whatever we could. It's so much fun to be there. The thing I love about being there is like just being around all the cars, and it's like a family. I've always said this. All the car events I do, either for Shelby or Peterson, whatever I do, if you want to bring car people together, just lift the hood. It doesn't matter what God you pray to. It doesn't matter who you love. It doesn't matter how you voted. You just lift the hood like, you're living a lie, man. My God can be. I think it's the starter. You think it's a starter? Smack the solenoid. We'll turn this bitch over. I mean, that's everything. Just lift the hood and people come together.
No, I agree. What are you looking forward to? Have you been able to look through the cars at Barrett-Jackson yet that are going?
I have not. You sent me the link and I saw the Zephyr.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Incredible. Amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah, Paul Tuttle Jr. from the Orange County Choppers fame. You haven't done a reality show where you throw a chair at your uncle or something? That's something you haven't tried yet?
I'll do it. I'll tell you, we'll be there at Barrett-Jackson. I'll throw a chair at you. We'll get some ratings. Or I'll flip over a table like a real housewife.
That's what he was famous for, fighting with his dad building bikes. And now he's off on his own. Yeah. And he built this Zephyr. Unbelievable quality and the reimagining of it, the taking the fenders all the way into the doors, sort of doing that Bugatti sort of split in the back with the old Atlantique, and then keeping the flathead V12 and doing it up so beautifully. It's incredible. It's
gorgeous because it's tasteful and it's very elegant. It's not over the top. It's not, hey, showman, look at me. But then you can't keep your eyes off of it all at the same time. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it looks like a Dick Tracy's villain car.
Mm-hmm. It kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, that even looks like an AI image. Like it can't even be real.
But who's going to be the first person to convince him to do the whole reality show thing where he's screaming and raging, and who can get a chair thrown at us? That'd be the winner.
All right, we'll get Adam to do that.
Look at his skirts. Look at his skirts.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's got that 39 Bugatti Atlantic kind of. The nose is a little bit longer on the Bugatti, and the wheel is flat. It's just like this. Steering the Bugattis like this is just like, all right, butter will be ready in a minute, kids.
Yeah, no, we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be fantastic. We're really excited that you're going to be there. It's going to feel like home again.
It's going to be a lot of fun
when you're back.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of what other cars do we know are going to be there besides that?
There's a lot of the VW buses that I saw a lot of recreations of the microbus.
They got this Brabus 6x6 G-Wagon that is just always so strange in person. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the pickup one? The one's got the bed in the back?
6-wheel pickup, yeah.
Yeah, 6 wheels Mercedes always makes me nervous because that's what Hitler used to invade France. You know?
Right.
So are those things that you can
stand him on the jump seat? He's mean, but he's short.
Are those things you can say on the broadcast? Which I don't know.
I did find out that they have a time delay because they had to use it on me once at the last auction.
They muted
What'd you do?
What were you talking about?
So Mike Joy was going off on a tangent about BMW iDrives. And he's talking about the knob and the iDrive. And it's just so rewarding when you reach down and grab that big knob and something happens. And he says it, and then, of course, I can't let it go. So I had to say something back to it. And I don't remember exactly what I said, so I thought, okay, well, I'll watch the broadcast later, and, I think because I made fun of him the way he said it. And they just time delayed it out. It was gone. It was just dead air from whatever I said, so.
What'd you say? It's like shifting with a urinal cake? Yeah, when I shift the car, I want to. I don't want to. Ooh, we're rolling now. I will tell you this: do they have the new Challenger there? They thinned out the grill of the Challenger. It looks a little bit. I really
electric Charger.
I don't know if it was the electric one. I didn't see. No, this was the Challenger.
No, there's tons of the normal last calls and things that are supposed to be the end of the line for the Hemi and all that stuff. They've been going through for a couple of years now, but I wonder if people are going to be as crazy about them since sort of Stellantis is stepping back on saying the Charger's going to be electric and all that stuff and talking about bringing back the Hemi and everything else. So it'll be interesting to see if those still...
It's like the Kiss farewell tour. We have to go. They'll be back next year. Trust me.
Yep.
Gene wants a summer house. I want to rock and roll. All right, they'll be back. Don't worry about it.
We're going to be back every year. We need you to come back.
I'm back. It's nothing but fun. Come down because it's nothing but fun. I have so much fun when I'm there. I went down when I was playing the Improv in Arizona. I went down on my own. Hi, how are you? Give me the camera. It's just too much fun.
You scared Rut, right? You jumped out at him?
Yeah, scared Rut. And then I frightened your parents too. I remember meeting the Hoovies and I was like, okay.
Did your parents say anything?
They were very polite, but they were walking around like, Tyler, we're not going to let you play with him. I don't know. Stay away from that.
Stay away.
He's a bad influence.
Wide berth around that one over there. It's a little sketch.
But yeah, if you've never been to the auction, please come. It is a lot of fun. There's so much to see too. And we got the charity cars. Do we know what charity cars we have or no?
Or what they are.
I haven't gone into details with that yet. I'm just down because they don't have the docket out yet. So that's usually when I start pouring through it, and just preparing that way. Right now, it's just sort of like the featured cars that have all been in, and they don't have them in order yet. So, I haven't been studying. April studies really hard, usually a week or two before.
Studies hard and makes a lot of cue cards. Look, I'm dyslexic. This gets twisted.
I just write all the facts on my hand, and it looks like I have tattoos, like full sleeve.
She's so thorough, and she has the cue cards. When we would do we would break in every 15 minutes during the auctions to be online, and we would do the wrap-ups every 15 minutes. And April had her cards up. Hoovie, it looked like an art chart. It just looked like she was just...
Yeah.
And the Adam has nothing, and he's just like winging it all.
Well, but last year at Palm Beach, they decided to replace the vehicle cards with the descriptions and stuff to read quickly with QR codes. So there's no description, just a big QR code to scan. and everybody was losing their mind. So they only did that once.
You need that. You need that. You need the hero card. You need everything. You want. I want to see stuff. I want information coming at me. I want all the stuff that we had and the stuff that you notice. You want to be able to look it up. Like, is this chopped? And he chopped it 3 inches. It's great.
And whatever's going to be on the card is going to be correct as well. So it's nice to find that. You look at things and you don't know exactly what they are, or if they're correct, and so the card, that hard card on the windshield kind of breaks it all down for you. So when you come out to Barrett-Jackson.
There was that Champagne Vet. Remember the Champagne Vet? It's actually in the background of the video where I scared Rut, and I was like, something's weird here. Something's weird. It was a different grill. It was a 58 because there was 2 headlights. I'm like, what don't I know? And the guy said, it's a different grill. I said, oh, there it is. So it said it right in there. So you want to know because your spidey sense, your car sense goes off. It goes, this is really cool, but what's different about it? And then they'll tell you.
And there's so much of that, so many custom cars at Barrett-Jackson, so it's really fun.
Yeah, the custom Corvettes, they all are trying to do something to stick out. Jeff Hayes is sort of the king as far as the customs at Barrett-Jackson with the Corvettes right now. And there's so many other amazing builds, but they each have to do something different to stick out, to be unique. And it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like signing.
His call.
Watch it! You can't say that. Somebody go get him. Somebody go get him.
And we will make sure we all do that before this next auction.
Yes.
Yeah.
And clip your toenails.
Oh, she's on me for clipping my toenails.
Wash your ass, clip your toenails.
What I love? Yeah, the block is really cool. I mean, I like the way you do. That's got to take so much of your energy being on the block and tell me how do you prepare for that? Because I watch you do that. I'm like, he's good. The kid's good.
Oh, well, sometimes there's a quick Google on the phone during a commercial break to catch up, or in the commercial walking down and looking through. But Palm Beach is better for me because the cars, it's a lot more of like, the Palm Beach Toyota Camrys, like the Bentley Continental GT. So the imports and that kind of stuff is more in my wheelhouse. When you get on like the 40th custom Chevelle, you run out of Chevelle facts, so then you just point out what's unique on that Chevelle as far as what they chose to do, and just use your eyes and hopefully not stumble over yourself or make Mike Joy mad because you're talking for too long, or that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, I was watching you guys work, and we do the same thing on on Top Gear. We do our research and everything, and we talk about it in the car. That was one of the hardest things to do, was drive and talk at the same time. And then you got to do it at high speeds. I did 188 in a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, and I'm flying, right? And around a $140, you guys know, a car gets light. You can feel it coming up, right? So around 100, so I'm babbling to the camera. It's 188, and my ass sensed a speed wobble. And at $188, for those who don't know what a speed wobble is, it's like, hey, what's that? Dead. That's what that is at 188. So I felt it. My ass was saying, danger, danger, danger. And the F12, check me on it, Tyler. I think it's a 211 or 216 mile an hour car. It's a 200 mile an hour car. It's either 11 or 16. I get my facts confused. So at 188, I felt the speed wobble. I lifted off the accelerator, and the Ferrari just said, "Oh, take him away. He bores me." So, yeah. But that's the hardest thing is driving and talking at the same time. For me, that was really hard.
That would be really hard, really difficult. Luckily, we don't drive during Barrett-Jackson.
Well, early in my YouTube career, I had cue cards as well. Because I wasn't capable of spontaneous thought, so I would read from the cue cards. I would tape them to my camera. This is for the first year of me YouTubing. And then I'm a total idiot. It was the same thing when I was driving. So I was taping cue cards to the windshield as I was driving so I could talk. And so if you watch my old videos, about 30 to 45 seconds until the page ran out of ink is how long I could go without a cut because I was reading and driving. This is so stupid.
I just like that you say you're not capable of spontaneous thought.
I barely am now, but back 7-8 years ago when I was starting, I couldn't. No way.
It's doing two things. It's like doing this. You gotta practice.
And then try doing it on live TV, which was what we'll be doing very shortly.
As we're doing live. Yeah, and Mrs. Hoovie, she gets very focused, and you gotta, stay out of the way.
I gotta hold these guys up. They don't know what they're doing. They're running around. chickens with their head cut
Yeah.
off. Got to keep them in line.
She takes a 3 or 4 month vow of celibacy before every auction, but there's only 3 a year. So it's kind of,
Right.
I mean, it's hard to understand.
In the ring, like you don't want to give it away before you go out to the fight, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I just have to deal with it. It's fine.
I think it's a good place.
God bless you. I'm giving it away. Whoever's going to take it. It's like I got the wife. I'm going to work. Don't send me out there full. So.
A good method. I think it's a good place to end.
Okay.
Adam Ferrara.
I guess so.
I don't think we can watch that.
Yeah, wipe your ass and clip
Wash
your toenails.
Your ass.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That too.
Clip your toenails.
And watch Barrett-Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be fun. It's really a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. And Craig and Carolyn are so gracious, and it's like there's a nice family vibe to it. So if you get a chance to come down by all means. But if you can't make it, tune in. We're going to make it fun for you guys, and it's the best damn collector car auction on the planet.
That's right. Awesome. Good seeing you, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Bye.
You too.